How's it going, everyone? It is Nathan Hawken here, and welcome to the video. So in this video, I want to talk about how to create an impact in this world. One of the things I've heard a lot from my coaching clients in one form or another is this sentence. I want to create an impact, Nathan. Or I want to leave a legacy, Nathan. Or I want to help people do X, Y, and Z. This typically comes up during a coaching session after we've done some initial deep diving into the person I'm speaking to. We talk about what their problems are, where they feel like they're holding themselves back, where they feel like they're out of alignment. And after we've gone through all the stuff which is holding them back, which is typically a significantly long period of time, then we get to the stage where I ask a very big question. What do you want? This is a very difficult question for most people to answer because they spend way too much time thinking about their problems and what's not working in their life, in their current role in their job, when they're managing a team or a company, and significantly less time asking themselves, well, what do I actually want? What do I truly want to be doing? As I've been working with leaders and entrepreneurs and some business owners, I've noticed that a lot of the work that they do is a reflection of an inner calling for them to serve. Even with a lot of the conversations I've had recently with people in human resources and recruitment, they're in that particular position because they love to serve. They really enjoy serving people. And so that's part of an inner calling. A client of mine owns a salon for kids in the US, and I've worked with her over a number of years, over various programs here and there. And one thing that's come up with her is that she loves the work, and she became a hairdresser because she loves to help people. She loves to serve people. She loves serving and helping kids, like put a smile on their face when they come in and see their brand new fresh haircut. But she also loves helping the parents when they come in and they've got 20 precious minutes or 25 precious minutes to sit back and relax while their kid is getting their haircut. And my client sees that, and that's what really drives her on a day-to-day basis. Something which was really exciting, which came up during one of our most recent sessions, was the deeper level to the service that she wants to give, to the point where she's gone through a lot of healing herself, and now she wants to create her own event, which I'm helping her do, to help other people go through healing like she has. This is her very first live event, and she also now wants to become a coach as well because she recognizes that this level of service is inside her, and she wants to be able to create an impact in the world as a result of it. Now, creating an impact, it can come in many forms, and the way that you want to create an impact in your world and the people around you will be very different, or can be very different from other people. Part of the problem is that when we ask that question and we get the answer, our own limitations and self-beliefs will come into play and tell us all the reasons why we can't do the thing that we want to do, which is part of our calling. It makes no sense, but this is typically what happens. And because of that, we don't know where to start. A lot of the time, creating an impact means it's doing something that we've never done before. So the first step is, well, what do I do? I don't know the first step. And that can be a deterrent from moving forward. Sometimes we feel like even though we have the answer, or have a bit of a feeling about something we want to do. Maybe it's starting a business, maybe it's doing an event, maybe it's starting a charity, whatever it might be. But we might feel stuck in our current circumstance, either in life or in work. Like we might be working full-time in a job, and it's difficult to put the extra hours in to create something outside of that, which has more of an impact. Or even if it's moving to a role which has more of an impact in the world or in the company, but now we need to upskill or we need to do something to get to that, and that can seem like an impossible feat. So we can feel very stuck in our life and our work position that it can be difficult to take that first step, even if we don't know what that first step is. And sometimes we might be creating a bit of an impact in our current role or our life already, but we feel like it's not big enough. We feel like, you know what, I want to be doing more, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know what more means. This is all very natural and normal because when we're trying to do something which is worthwhile in this world, there's a lot of challenges which come with it, and those challenges typically are internal challenges. I mean, the world will throw a whole bunch of circumstances and setbacks at us, but really the ultimate challenges come from within. So what we really need to do is sit down and be honest with ourselves. We need to have a good conversation. We need to have an open and transparent conversation with ourselves ask ourselves some big questions, and be prepared to do things differently and step outside of our comfort zones. So ultimately, the first big question to ask really is, what do I want? What do I really want? And to add another layer to that, a question I always like to ask my coaching clients is, okay, if anything were possible, there was no judgment, there was no hurdles, there were no challenges, there was no financial restraints, time restraints, or anything like that. If anything were possible, what would you do and what would you create? Really powerful question. The next thing you can do is recognize that you might be playing a small game at the moment, and it's time to start playing a bigger game. Whatever that big game is for you will be very different to what it is for me. But ultimately, this is helping you see that small thinking creates small results. If you want to create an impact, particularly at a level where it's going to be changing people's lives or bringing something new to the market or the world that they haven't seen before, that's going to require some pretty big thinking and some big stretch goals as well. So we have to realize when we're playing small and we need to up our ante in our thinking. So it's time to recognize, am I playing small right now? Do I need to think bigger? And if you do, then great. What does thinking bigger mean to me? And then we can take steps to start realizing that within inside ourselves and start taking steps to make it realize in our life. And the next part is very important, because it's all well and good to start thinking about what we want to achieve, the impact that we want to create, how we want to create it, and focus on those things, which are great. But we also have to recognize that at some stage, we're going to have to face the demons. We're going to have to face the things in our head which are going to want to try and hold us back from thinking big every possible chance they get. And we do that by raising our awareness and asking some deep questions. In particularly, we need to ask ourselves, okay, so if I know what I want, I realize I need to think bigger. What am I most afraid of right now? What am I most afraid of in the context of this goal or this idea, in the context of me creating an impact in this world? What am I most afraid of? And what am I avoiding right now that will prevent me from moving forward? These questions I ask my coaching clients at any chance I get when we start going onto the topic of creating an impact, because we have to realize where we're going to hold ourselves back so we can start creating strategies and a plan to overcome them and avoid them, and so they don't have as much of an impact on our setbacks, so they don't hold us back for too long. So we need to ask those questions. What am I most afraid of? What am I afraid will happen if I do this? And what am I avoiding right now that's preventing me from taking action towards creating an impact? Once we've got that on paper, out of our head and on paper, then we can start to think about, right, now how can I avoid that moving forward? How can I push past that when that comes up, when those fears come up? Very powerful questions. And these will absolutely serve you anytime you start thinking about the impact that you want to create in your life and in your world, because this will help you get on track. Now, I hope this video has helped you. I hope this video has served you in some way. And if you're really looking to create an impact in 2024, feel free to reach out, because I'm currently putting together around 10 impact coaching sessions to help individuals one-on-one create an impact in the next 12 months. If that's of interest to you, reach out at any stage. Details are below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.